So the Houston Rockets have been eliminated from the 2025 playoffs, and honestly, I love the Rockets season. I was very high on them going into the year. I really like their young core and their coaching, but I didn't think they were going to make a run in the playoffs just yet, and that's okay. They're still a very young team. And obviously, the Rockets could go down two paths this offseason. They could try to go all in for a star, say Giannis Antetokounmpo is available, say Devin Booker is available, Ja Morant, Trae Young, one of those names they could try to look for an upgrade this offseason, or they could stay the course with their young core, because right now the Rockets still have a good amount of draft picks. They have a 22-year-old all-star center. They have one of the most freakish athletes in the NBA, kind of a unicorn in the year 2025 in Amen Thompson, who could make an all-defensive team this year. The big question mark is Jalen Green, who was way inconsistent for you in the playoffs, and he is still just 23 years old. He's extremely young. He's been available for you over the last 4 years, but you do wonder what your ceiling is with him on your team. You got Dylan Brooks, who is a good trade asset, a good 3-and-D rotational guy. Tari Eason, I know, isn't like the best offensive player right now, but he can make an impact defensively, and you need those guys. Jabari Smith Jr., now we just have like an excess of young talent because he was a 3rd overall pick right after Paolo and Chet, but it feels like he hasn't reached his ceiling in Houston just yet. Cam Whitmore's got a $40 million team option. Could they pick that up and then trade him? You got Cam Whitmore still on this team. And how about Reed Shepherd, who barely played in his rookie year, but he was looked at as like one of the more NBA-ready prospects in the draft. So if Giannis was to be made available, I do think Houston has one of the best packages for him, because I've been on Twitter a lot, like showcasing, or at least like telling people that Giannis is going to go for more than you think. Like, I got Rockets fans on Twitter saying like, yeah, no, we're not trading Şengün for Giannis. Are you kidding me? You were definitely trading Alperen Şengün for Giannis. You're probably going to have to move Şengün, Green, Cam Whitmore, and a boatload of picks. But I do think Houston is in a position right now where you can do that and you could still be okay going forward. It would be kind of funny, though, if Giannis got traded to the Western Conference. The East would just be a cakewalk for the Celtics or the Cavs every single year. So I'm debating right now if I want to go that route and trade for Giannis. Do I want to trade for Devin Booker, something I've done before? This team also has a top 10 projected pick in the draft, thanks to the Nets swap that they did in the offseason, which actually only dropped them from 6 to 9. And who would have thought that going into the year? We thought that was kind of silly for Houston. So what happens if they go in the top 4? That would be kind of insane. They do not jump into the top 4, but the Nets, I called them out right there. They move up to number 1. We are going to stay at 9, but hey, then like the talent they had this year, a 2 seed in a very competitive Western Conference, and you just got a top 10 pick in the draft. That's incredible. And I think they do have one of the best head coaches in the league, a young, personable, and guy that is just going to grill defense and just that hustle mindset into you in Ime Udoka, and I think has really turned around this team offensively. And for now, I'm going to just make my selection there at number 9. I'm going back and forth, though. Do I want to do a Giannis trade? Because I would put on trade override. 2K would never allow you to make that trade. Colin Murray-Boyle just went 3rd, okay. And I did like a version of the Giannis trade in my Bucks rebuild where I traded him for Şengün and Jalen Green and some other assets as well. Maybe I'm going to do the opposite end of that. Interesting trade here as the Pelicans gave up on Dylan Harper and CJ McCollum to acquire pick 5 and Markkanen, and they get Kasparis at number 5. I think the San Antonio Spurs could also be in the market for Giannis, but I also saw Spurs fans on Twitter saying, we're not trading Stephon Castle for Giannis. Are you kidding me? Now may be the time to trade Stephon Castle. Like, his value may not get higher than what it is at this moment. And VJ Edgecombe just fell to us at pick 9. Yeah, that's a no-brainer selection. I could dangle him in a trade. We also had the last pick in the draft in which I took Noah Pendo, who could be a fringe first rounder in real life. So I think if I do make the Giannis trade, like Eason or Whitmore or Shepherd's going to have to be in the trade. I may have to trade 2 of them. We'll see. Do I pick up the team option on Fred VanVleet? We can use that as a trade piece if we wanted to, an expiring $44 million deal. I mean, if I trade for Giannis, right? Giannis is making like $50+ million. I would include Şengün and Green. So that's like $66 million in the trade. So I would actually be able to have a little bit of cap space if I let go of Fred VanVleet. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to decline that option. I'm going to decline the option on Aaron Holiday, and I think I'm going to do the Giannis trade. So obviously I'm going to have to put on trade override. It's like impossible to do it, but honestly, the way that the Bucks went out this year, I think this is realistic. So we're going to trade Giannis here for Alperen Şengün, Jalen Green. That's where it's going to start at. If they traded him to Orlando, it would have to go for Wagner and Suggs. If they traded him to New York, it'd have to go for probably Cat and Anunoby. The Bucks do not have any draft capital right now or a young core to have a full-on rebuild. Unless they're trading Giannis to New Orleans or Portland and they can get their picks back, maybe they do that. But honestly, you can still build out a good team going forward. I know Dame getting hurt and having no trade value sucks, but you can get 2 really good players. I mean, I don't know how Green's future is going to be in Milwaukee. Maybe he needs a change of scenery, but the Rockets can give them a nice reset in the future because I'm not sure how they can really build a team around Giannis just because Dame is making $54 million on their books. Kyle Kuzma's making $21 million. Everybody else is a free agent, but it's not like you can go out and sign LeBron James, James Harden in free agency, or one of those players, just because you're going to have no money because you basically have $75 million tied up next year of a player that's terrible and a player that can't even play. So what I'm going to do is Şengün, Green, because now I'm going back and forth. Would they prefer to have Jalen Green, or would they prefer to have VJ Edgecombe or Jabari Smith Jr.? Like, I don't think I have to trade all four of these guys, as well as like the Nets first rounder in 26. And I would do the swap best, or I would do the Suns first rounder in 27. Like, guys, I know Luka didn't go for as much as we thought, but if Luka was made to a bidding war and to an open market, he would have went for so much more. The problem is I just don't want Kyle Kuzma on my team. And I do think the Bucks would want to be competitive going forward. So I think I could either hold on to Jabari Smith Jr. or VJ Edgecombe. I'm going to hold on to Edgecombe for now. We're going to do something like this, but I want to find a third team, which is going to be the Brooklyn Nets, who are going to get involved in this deal. They're going to give me a future second rounder. And then we are going to reroute Pat Connaughton to Brooklyn, and I'm going to reroute another second rounder to Brooklyn as well. So they're basically taking on $9 million for a Maxwell Lewis and Tyler Smith swap. So yeah, this is going to be the massive blockbuster that's going to get Giannis in Houston. Şengün, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., all going to Milwaukee. 2 future first round picks. I would do more, but 2K really can't allow it. And I got to get some type of deal in there. But I think those 3 players and 2 picks is fine for now. And we're going to do this trade. Let me know what you guys think about it down below. But yeah, it's pretty much the opposite of what I did in the Milwaukee Bucks trade going forward. So this team right now, I mean, it's not like we have cap space, but we do keep Dylan Brooks and all of this. Like, this is a good team around Giannis. I know their fans would be worried about becoming the Bucks 2.0, but no, this is a really good team. And maybe you moved Edgecombe and you keep somebody in that deal, or maybe you're able to move Edgecombe or Reed Shepherd and you keep Jalen Green. That could be a possibility also. And we have cap space, honestly, which is intriguing for sure. So I don't know if Reed Shepherd's ready right away. I'm going to offer Ty Jerome a 3-year deal worth around $15 million a year. I'd love to get Miles Turner, but I don't think that's happening. And I wonder who's going to be like the center to pair up with Giannis at the 5. Like, John Collins would be interesting, but I don't really know if I could full out afford John Collins. So I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of floor spacing, and I'm going to go out and sign Ty Jerome and Clint Capella this offseason. I'm going to really want to bring back Steven Adams as well, because that 2-man lineup with Alperen Şengün and Adams did work. So we can maybe do Adams and Giannis at times. And then I also have my mid-level exception. Would the Grizzlies match that deal for Santi Aldama? 3 years, $43 million, and I bring in Steven Adams? Bang, there we go. So the bench is going to look, honestly, kind of solid next year. We have Ty Jerome at the 1, Shepherd at the 2. We're going to have Whitmore, Edgecombe, maybe splitting minutes at the 2 guard spot. Dylan Brooks at the 3. Actually, no, Amen Thompson's going to be in that lineup in some way, shape, or form. Eason, Aldama, like, we have good depth right now, and we can make a trade if we need to. Oh, and how about I get Fred VanVleet back on this team for a 2-year deal as well? Plenty of depth here in Houston. So here at Play Progression, Giannis is a 97 overall. Amen Thompson is an 89. I'm okay with Amen Thompson being like a non-starter, but that's why the Rockets are a great Giannis team, because they are going to be fine going forward because of the young talent that they have, because of the draft capital that they own, and they're a big market team, which helps. Tari Eason wants $32 million a year. Are you out of your mind? Okay, that's not happening. And I do need to cut somebody before the season starts, so it's probably going to be Nate Williams, sadly. All right, so let's construct this rotation around Giannis. Like, we're going to have shooters on this team. I mean, Amen Thompson, I don't know about shooters maybe in the starting 5. Do I want to start Dylan Brooks? Maybe I start Cam Whitmore for some shooting. But Dylan Brooks did shoot 39% from 3. Like, I think Clint Capella is going to start at the 5. He's going to get like 20 minutes a night. I think Giannis can play a little bit of the backup 5. I'd like to get Steven Adams about like 10 minutes a night. I think I'd rather play him over Jock Lawndale. Yeah, like, I don't even know if I needed to bring back Fred VanVleet or bring in Santi Aldama. This team actually may have too much depth right now. All right, so maybe to start off the year, I'm not going to play Steven Adams because I'd rather play Edgecombe and Reed Shepherd. And maybe Fred VanVleet just becomes a trade option for us, especially if Ty Jerome plays well. So yeah, I think like Cam Whitmore and Tari Eason can get 22 minutes a night off the bench. Capella, that's fine. I want to go 35 minutes a night to the big 2 of Amen Thompson and Giannis, and let's go 29 to Ty Jerome. But I also wanted to give myself a ton of flexibility, just in case I was going to be like a little bit worried about becoming the Bucks 2.0 and I had no depth in draft capital going forward. But now I have some assets that I think I can move at one point. Giannis is off to a great start in Houston. All right, so in a tough Western Conference, we are 10 games above 500 right now. We do have a 6-point differential, which should put us as like the 4th best team in the West. But yeah, there's so many good teams here. Really, if Giannis goes to the Western Conference, that would be incredible. Let's check in on Milwaukee. They are 16-34. With Damian Lillard back, okay, they went out and they acquired DeMar DeRozan. I'm not sure how I feel about that. They re-signed Gary Trent Jr. as they should. They brought in Russell Westbrook and D'Angelo Russell, 2 former goated Lakers point guards. So Giannis has been our leading scorer, followed by Amen Thompson, who's shooting 52% from the field. Ty Jerome has been a very good ad for us. I wonder if I should try to push him back to the backup, but Cam Whitmore has not shot the ball well this year, unfortunately. Tari Eason's been good, and he's going to want a nice contract at the end of the year. I think Dylan Brooks has been good. Clint Capella's been fine. Aldama's been fine. He's shooting 41% from 3. Edgecombe has shown flashes as a rookie. Shepard, he's somehow shooting better from 3 than from the field. I think we do have some tradable contracts where I could look to be somewhat aggressive here at the deadline. Also, like, their owner, Tillman Fertitta, like, he's been aggressive in the past, so I wonder if they would be, like, full-on aggressive in the offseason. So we could look to move the Dylan Brooks contract. We could look to move Clint Capella. We could look to move Fred VanVleet, or maybe Jock Lawndale. All right, so Daniel Gafford got extended by the Dallas Mavericks. I was targeting him or Jalen Duren, but Jalen Duren definitely had a big extension coming soon. I'm going to trade Cam Whitmore and Fred VanVleet to the Dallas Mavericks for Daniel Gafford and Brandon Williams. It gives them some insurance behind Kyrie Irving as a veteran point guard. We take a flyer on Brandon Williams. Like, he actually impressed me in 2025 with all the injuries in Dallas. And we're getting Daniel Gafford, though, who I think is going to be an upgrade over Clint Capella. And Gafford and Giannis is going to be super physical. It does suck trading away Cam Whitmore because he's on such a cheap contract next year. But we got VJ Edgecombe. We got Reed Shepard that I think are going to be just fine. And Cam Whitmore did not shoot the ball well this year. And I'm going to make this trade with the LA Lakers. I'm giving them Clint Capella, Jock Lawndale, and a second rounder. They're getting some big men help, which the Lakers desperately need. I'm taking a flyer on Dalton Connect, so he could definitely help us out with some shooting going forward. He is shooting 42% from 3 this year for the Lakers and is having a pretty good season for them, so I think that's a really good pickup for us. And I got to take on Gabe Vincent's final year of the seal. The Lakers are just desperate for some big man help right now. So yeah, I was very active there at the deadline. I think what I may do is I'm going to start Amen Thompson. I want to see what Ty Jerome could do as the 6th man. I think Edgecombe is good enough where he could play like 23 minutes a night as a starter. We'll go 25 to Brooks. Let's go 35 to Giannis, 30 to Gafford. And then do I want to get anybody? Yeah, we'll probably get like 13 minutes a night to Dalton Connect. Keep 13 to Shepard. The bench is Jerome, Eason, Aldama, Shepard, or Connect. That's pretty good. And then we got Thompson, Edgecombe. Like, that may be the most athletic backcourt potentially in NBA history because Edgecombe is the most athletic player coming into the 2025 draft class. So we are 38 and 24 here at the contract extension deadline. Let's just re-up Giannis so we never have to worry about him leaving us. So Wemby ends up winning MVP this year. Cooper Flagg wins Rookie of the Year for the Nets, who jumped up to the #1 overall pick. Josh Giddey, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy. Şengün most improved over there in Milwaukee when his offense or his scoring numbers went down, but rebounds went up, assists went up. Pretty good player. It was weird because in my Bucks elimination rebuild, 2K didn't really like the Şengün Green duo, even though they had great stats, and Şengün is there on All-NBA first team. We get Giannis on All-NBA second team, who put up 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 2.6 stocks, or 2.6, stocks a night. And he's going to be great for us in the playoffs. I know he's going to go back to like 30 points and 12 rebounds a night in the playoffs, but in the regular season, he can kind of coast a little bit because this is probably the best team he's been on since the 2021 or 2022 Bucks. Amen Thompson did not make an All-NBA team this year, but he will, in my opinion, very soon. And we got Amen Thompson and Giannis on the all defensive teams. We finished the year as a 5 seed, which I would say is a little bit disappointing this year. 51 and 31, a 7.3 point differential. I thought we could have been a top 3 seed, but honestly, I think we got a good matchup against Golden State. They got some good defense there, but I do think we should be able to beat them in round number 1. I think they were more so a regular season team. Amen Thompson put up 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. He even shot above 30% from 3. Hey, I'll take it. And Ty Jerome is just like an elite backup point guard. We have some good shooting on this team. We have some really good defense with Edgecombe and Tari Eason and Daniel Gafford. So I think for the playoffs, Connect was a little bit more consistent this year. He's going to play over Shepard. So we're going to go 14 to Aldama and Connect. I'm going to go like 22 to Ty Jerome, basically using him as like Cavs Ty Jerome. Let's go 28 to Eason. 25 to Eason's fine. I'm going to go 38 to Giannis. I'm going to go, we can do probably 38 to Thompson. I'll play Edgecombe a decent amount and Brooks and like Gafford, but if Edgecombe does not shoot the ball well, I may yank him from the starting rotation. Game 1 goes to Golden State, 124-106. Curry drops 45. All right, I did talk trash about them. Edgecombe 4 of 12 in Game 1. If he has a stinker in Game 2, I gotta bench him. We do win Game 2. Curry dropped 34. Edgecombe, all right, that was better. That is like keep you in the starting lineup, like good enough numbers. Giannis had basically a 30-point triple-double close to it. We go up 2-1. There we go. We won by 4. Giannis with 29. Edgecombe stepping up. Gafford had 19 rebounds. Game number 3, or excuse me, 4 is going to go to the Rockets. We win 129-110. Giannis with a 41, 11, and 8 game. Incredible. Game 5 goes to Golden State. Game 6 goes to Houston. We win 134-96. Giannis with 34, 15, and 6. Amen Thompson with a triple-double. And we advance to round number 2 to take on the OKC Thunder, who have Shea, Dort, J-Dub, Chet, J. Will. Like, that is such a good team. Trey Murphy, Malik Beasley off the bench with Aaron Wiggins and Cason Wallace. Some great defense and some great shooting. They blow us out in game 1. Now, this is a game where I think we could lose. But we'll see. Giannis with 31, 6, and 6, or a series that I think we could lose. We win 120-113. Look at that fourth quarter comeback. I'll definitely take that. Dylan Brooks drops 27. Giannis with 26. Gafford with 20. On to game number 3. That's going to go to the OKC Thunder. 159-153 in overtime. Are you kidding me? Giannis had a 20-point triple-double. We had like 9 guys in double figures, or 8 guys. Amen Thompson had 29, 9, 9, and 3. Damn. All right, huge game 4. I don't want to go down 3-1. Bang. There we go. We win 131-110 at home. Daniel Gafford. Wow, I did not expect him to be dropping 35 for us. Amen Thompson had 11, 12, and 18. Like, only Amen Thompson could have a 5 for 18 shooting night, 1 of 9 for 3, but could still impact the game at like an all-NBA caliber level. We lose game 5, 145-112. Can we force a game 7? Please do not lose game number 6. Bang. There we go. We force a game 7. We blow them out in game 4. We blew them out in game 6. Amen Thompson with a 26-point triple-double. Here we go. Game 7 on the road. Can Giannis beat OKC and advance to the conference finals? Let's see what we got here. We have a lead, but we could definitely blow the lead. The OKC Thunder are a good team. We're only up by 1 because, of course, we're choking it, right? Don't do this. 114-113. We've been outscored by 11 here in the 4th. All right, we have a 4-point lead, 5-point lead, 6-point lead. All right, we are going to be advancing to the conference finals. Bang. We come back down 3-2. We win 139-124 on the road. Giannis with 31, 16, and 3. I told you he's going to put up better numbers in the playoffs. Amen Thompson was huge in this game. Tari Eason was big. I'm sure his mom is happy on Twitter after that performance. And we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks here in a Battle of Texas in the conference finals. So the reason why they were happy to trade us Gafford is they also have Walker Kessler on their team. Cam Whitmore, he's not been shooting the ball well in the playoffs. Let's see what we got here. You have a Battle of New York and a Battle of Texas. That's pretty cool in the conference finals. We win game 1, 137-126. Giannis drops 37. I also wonder if the Bucks just waited and the Mavericks were willing to trade away Luka Doncic. I know Nico Harrison wanted some defense. Could they have done Giannis for Luka? That would have been seismic shift in the NBA, but I'd rather have Giannis on my team than Anthony Davis by far. Giannis 37, 7, and 7. Amen Thompson with 24, 6, and 5. Game 3. Houston Rockets win 110-107. Giannis with 23. Aldama with 18. Game number 4. Just don't blow a 3-1 lead. We lose. Game 5, we win. Bang. We are in the NBA Finals with year number 1 of Giannis Antetokounmpo. We're taking on Cooper Flagg, the number 1 overall pick. Just led the Nets to the NBA Finals. Giannis gets Conference Finals MVP. Here we go. The Nets are a 7 seed. But I've come on like these videos and said so many times, 2K loves the Nets for some reason. Don't lose to them. We are so much better. They do have DeJounte Murray there. Giannis drops 30, 8, 9, 3, and 2. Elite performance. Game 2, we win. Wow. 130-95. Edgecombe drops 24. He's been really solid for us in the playoffs as a rookie. Game number 3. Gonna go to the Nets. Okay, they actually won by 1. Cam Thomas and Cooper Flagg combined for 52. Don't lose game 4, please. Okay, we lose game 4. How? Oh my God. What is that fourth quarter choke? We got outscored, but I would be pissed, man, if I was at that game. Giannis drops 41. Don't lose 3 in a row. How? How? Oh my God. Cam Thomas for 50? What? The Thunder are so much better. The Mavericks are so much better. Oh my God, man. That sucks so much. I don't even know if I got to bench anybody here. Maybe I'm going to bench Aldama. Oh my God. Giannis, I need you to play 42 minutes. Amen. I need you to play 43 minutes. Edgecombe's going to play a little bit more. Don't lose game 6. Wow. Okay, so we force a game 7. We needed a fourth quarter comeback. I can't believe the Nets were up 3-2 against us. That team is not good. Don't let them blow us out. Please win at home. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. I want to get Giannis a ring. Just year 1 into his Rockets career. We're choking it, man. You're up by 2 with 9 minutes in the 4th. Now you're down by 1. That's just great. Down by 1. Down by 2. We're up by 2. Oh my God, I'm scared. Up by 4. Please, please hold on. Okay, up by 6. There we go. It's looking good. Don't choke it. Up by 6 with 45 seconds left. I'm probably going to choke this, but let's just hold on to this. No threes at all. Don't let Cam Thomas get the rock. Dylan Dylan Brooks, get on him. There we go. They're going to throw this, right? Give me that. Yep. I read you like a book, 2K. What are you doing? All right. I do not want Giannis, or I don't even know who I want taking these free throws. I don't even think I want Amen Thompson. It might have to be VJ Edgecombe. I might have to get Ty Jerome out there, honestly. Kick it to Dylan Brooks in the corner. Why am I shooting that? I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. Matt, waste time. What are you doing? Oh my God, I'm so dumb. We only have one timeout as well. Okay, no threes. What are you doing, Cam Thomas? How does he get that back? Oh my God, I hate this game. You know what? I'm gonna call a timeout because I do not like anybody out here like to take a free throw. I need Ty Jerome in the game. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in Ty Jerome for Amen Thompson. I'm gonna put in Amen Thompson for Dylan Brooks, and then we're gonna put in Aldama maybe. Maybe I put Giannis at the 5, Eason at the 4. Let's do that. Because I just don't trust many guys out here to hit the free throw. So, yeah, I'm getting the ball to Ty Jerome, and hopefully he can... I just can't believe I took that through Dylan Brooks. It's just like I had to do it, right? It was just like an intrusive thought. Take that wide open 3, and of course Dylan Brooks bricks it. Ty Jerome knocks down the first free throw, puts us back up by 5. And Ty Jerome is going to go 2 for 2. Thank you very much. They're going to use their last timeout. All right, but I did keep Ty Jerome in the game for some defense. Murray. Oh, what? Giannis took that out of the air, but I guess Amen Thompson found him from behind. And Murray is going to go 2 for 2 at the line. All right, let's just get the ball to Ty Jerome. And we're just playing the free throw game. And Jerome's going to go 2 for 2. Murray's going to miss the free throw. And we should be winning it all. And the Houston Rockets have won the 2026 NBA Finals. Giannis put up 29, 11, and 5 and is your Finals MVP. All right, so LeBron does retire. Russell Westbrook retires on the Milwaukee Bucks. Draft lottery time. We do not own any first-round picks. The Bucks, though, are there at number 8. I don't know if they're going to get any of the picks from the Giannis trade. Well, I actually gave them that Brooklyn pick, which... I don't think it's going to be of much value, right? Well, it's actually a 15, even though that the Nets made it to the NBA Finals. So, you know what? It worked out kind of well for them. They had a swap, so they lose the 6th pick, but they get the 8th pick from the Drew Holiday trade. All right, so we're here at the night of the NBA draft. I think we're going to get a little bit expensive this offseason, so I may look to trade Dylan Brooks. And I'm going to trade him for the 5th overall pick in the draft and a future first from Atlanta. I know I'm trading him within the division and within the conference, but we're going to get a little bit cheaper with that trade, and I really like the chance of somebody falling to us. Okay, the Thunder losing round 2 and trade the 1st overall pick. So they trade either Darren Peterson, AJ DeBanza, or Cameron Boozer for Paul George's contract, which is an absolute arbitrage. And then they also get Joel Embiid. I mean, that is a home run trade for the 76ers. I don't know what they are doing. The top 3 go 1, 2, and 3. No shocker there. The Blazers at number 4 are trading it for the 7th pick, swapping Ben Simmons for Miles Bridges. They take Koa Pete. So I'm going to take Jaden Quintance here, who actually transferred to Kentucky. He's going to be a really good backup long-term to Daniel Gafford. So yeah, I think trading Dylan Brooks for Quintance is a good idea. Lyle Wennington and Kayla Ozat, I'll pick up those options now, or those second-round contracts. I'm going to pick up the team option on Shepard and Penda. Not going to pick it up on Maxwell Lewis. Yeah, Shepard's making a lot of money because he was the 3rd overall pick. Eason, I want to pay some money to this offseason. Lewis is gone. Williams and Vincent are probably gone. I would like to bring back Steven Adams as a nice veteran in the locker room. I also could use somebody on my mid-level exception, so I can go out and get Keon Ellis if I wanted to. Paul George got cut. Sadiq Bey for the minimum. I mean, why not? And I would love to bring in Rui Hashimura. I just don't know if I need to, because right now I'm good at center. I'm pretty good at power forward. I'm also going to make Amen Thompson. Let's see. Maybe just a small forward for now, where his overall goes up to its highest amount at a 93. We also have Dalton Connect. We have Edgecombe. I mean, maybe I look to add another shooting guard. Bradley Beal's here, CJ McCollum, Tim Hardaway Jr. Yeah, I don't know why Tari Eason wants so much. I'm not giving him that deal. We are going to bring back Steven Adams. We're going to bring in Sadiq Bey. And I'm going to give Tari Eason 3 years, $76 million. Definitely feel like I overpaid a little bit for him. But this team is just so good around Giannis. Now, Eason is our 3rd highest overall. But, look at the talent down here, both offensively and defensively. All right, so before the season starts, we can lock up Amen Thompson. Yeah, we're going to pay him whatever he wants. He's definitely going to get the rookie max when he's eligible at the end of the 2026 season. So let's come up with this roster that is going to try to defend its crown this year. We're going to have Amen Thompson as the starting 1, Edgecombe at the starting 2, and I think we may start Dalton Connect just to have some shooting in there at the 3 spot. Eason's going to come off the bench with Ty Jerome. And then I think Aldama, JQ, and Shepard can get the last 3 spots in the rotation. So we'll start off the year with a 10-man rotation. Yeah, I don't think Sadiq Bey is going to crack the lineup. Let's go 35 to Amen Thompson and Giannis. Let's go 30 to Gafford. And then let's go 30 to Edgecombe. And we could do 27 to Dalton Connect. So this team has a lot of good shooting. defense, passing, rebounding, rim protecting. I think there's a chance we could be a top 3 seed this year, hopefully, and can defend our crown. All right, so we're here at the deadline with a 41-12 record. We have the second best point differential in the Western Conference, only behind the San Antonio Spurs. You got the Brooklyn Nets over there in the East. But yeah, we are killing it right now, and there's a really good chance we're going to be the best seed in the West, or at least number 2. We have this like athletic freak duo on the perimeter around Giannis and Edgecombe, who's taking steps this year, and Amen. I mean, Amen shooting 24% from 3, Edgecombe 33%, Giannis 20%, and Gafford is not taking threes, obviously. So if you want to knock us up for one thing, it could be 3-point shooting. But we have Dalton Connect, who's an elite 3-point shooter, Ty Jerome, who's an elite 3-point shooter, 48%, Tari Eason, 38.7%, and Reed Shepherd this year is shooting 35%. Even Aldama off the bench, 39%. So I think we have a good blend of shooting if I needed to reshuffle the starting lineup. And I don't think I'm going to make any trades this year at the deadline and try to go back-to-back. And Wemby wins MVP this year. AJ DeBanza, who could have been a Thunder, so thank you, OKC. He ends up winning Rookie of the Year in Philadelphia. James Harden signed with the Lakers. He had to play for both LA teams before he retires. He ended up winning 6th Man of the Year. VJ Edgecombe was actually your most improved player. And Şengün is there on All-NBA second team over there in Milwaukee. I'll take a look at their record. Giannis is on All-NBA second team as well. And Amen Thompson, All-Defensive first team. Giannis, All-Defensive second team. We finished the year as a 2 seed, unfortunately. So yeah, the Spurs just edged us out by 1 game. And the Mavericks are so good as well. Like all 3 of these teams. Wow, shout out to the state of Texas. All 3 of them have double-digit point differentials. The Milwaukee Bucks, man, I don't know why 2K doesn't like them. I put them in a good spot. Jabari Smith Jr. looks like he got extended by them. Putting up, like, all right numbers. They could probably be better. Şengün has good numbers. Jalen Green has good numbers. They still have Dame. I don't know why 2K doesn't like them with that roster. Maybe they just don't like the Şengün Green duo going forward. Here were the numbers this year. Pretty similar to where they were last time I showed you guys. But yeah, I just love the depth that this team has currently. So for the playoffs, I don't know if I don't want to play Reed, but I think I'm just going to provide, or at least value, JQ getting like 7 minutes a night. Yeah, that's fine. Aldama, 15 minutes. Jerome, I need to play a little bit more with Eason, 25 a night. I want to go 38 to Giannis. I want to go 38 to Amen Thompson. We can go 33 to Connect, 32 to Gafford. All right, so we're taking on the OKC Thunder in round 1. I mean, this isn't an easy round 1 matchup. Did they let Chet walk? Okay, I don't know why they did that, but they didn't bring back Chet. They still have J-Dub. They got Kuminga and Embiid in that front court. I feel like they're getting worse over time. We end up beating them by 2. Giannis drops 33. Game 2 goes to the Houston Rockets. We win by 9. Tari Eason drops 24. Edgecombe with 21. Giannis with almost a triple-double. And Amen Thompson at 20. Game number 3 does go to the Thunder, so we are not going to sweep them. They beat us by 2. All right, it's scary if they win game 4, which they do not. We go up 3-1, 143-132. Giannis with 40, 13, and 7. How about that? Triple-double for Amen Thompson. Don't blow a 3-1 lead. Bang, there we go. We're going to advance 151-125. We beat them in game 5. Ty Jerome with a Ty Jerome type stat line off the bench, and we're taking on Dallas in round 2. Yeah, Dallas, who were the 3 seed this year in the Western Conference, had the best point differential out of anybody not named the Spurs this year, so better than anybody in the Eastern Conference. Damn, this is a gauntlet. OKC, Dallas, probably San Antonio, and then the winner of the East to get to the NBA Finals. Let's see who can win the rematch of last year. Dallas takes game 1 by 12. Easton drops 20. Giannis 4-15. Maybe AD said you're not going to beat me again. Maybe Cam Whitmore is going to play better as well. But Amen Thompson, incredible game 2. Cam Whitmore goes off. He was still kind of inefficient this year, so I don't think I'm losing too much sleep over trading him. We go down 2-1. Okay. He dropped 21. I mean, he's scoring the most on that team right now. We tied up 2 games apiece. Kyrie had 37. Connect. He had 27. Amen Thompson with 24. 42 combined for Edgecombe and Giannis. We take a 3-2 lead, so we've won 2 in a row. Aldama, 15 off the bench. Are we going to a game 7? No, we are not. We beat them in 6, 115-96. Everybody got involved in this game. And are we taking on Minnesota or San Antonio? Oh my God, Minnesota pulled off the upset. I don't want to undersell Anthony Edwards, but I think I'd rather play them than the Spurs, who were the 1 seed and had a really good point differential this year. I'm very shocked they pulled off the upset. Maybe the Spurs, it's because they don't have De'Aaron Fox anymore. In round 1, yeah, Giannis was the top guy. Round 2, it was still Giannis being the top guy. So let's see what happens against Minnesota. Rob Dillingham goes off in some of these rebuilds, I will not lie. They beat us in game 1. Giannis with 21. Randall with 36, okay? Game 2 goes to Houston, 119-114. Giannis with a 27-point triple-double. Forgot to mention, but you got 2 Central Division teams in the East, Indiana versus Detroit. All right, on to game number 3. We'd go down 2-1. I'm pretty sure Dallas went up 2-1 against us as well. Edgecombe at 25. Game 4, okay, Minnesota running the table. Damn, we choked that fourth quarter. That was pretty bad. All right, are we going to lose in 5? Damn. All right, so I guess this was Minnesota's year because they beat San Antonio and they beat us. A little bit disappointing. A lot of people struggled there, leaving a bad taste in my mouth. So we have the Pacers versus the Timberwolves in the NBA Finals, and the Timberwolves sweep them. Anthony Edwards is your Finals MVP. Loaded Hall of Fame class here. Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler. I'm going to do one more year, and I'm going to try to go out with a bang. I know we already got our ring, and we got Giannis, got the star in this video, which I know everybody's going to be predicting Houston to do this offseason. And the Bucks get the 6th overall pick from the Giannis trade. That is the Suns pick that was included in there. I do own Brooklyn's pick at 26 and Atlanta's pick there at 20. The Nets have back-to-back picks in the lottery, same with the Jazz. All right, so I'm actually going to package my 2 first-round picks this year and a future second to Minnesota for 2 future first-round picks because I think I want to make a trade after the draft. So we didn't have any draft picks this year. The number 1 overall pick, Byron Scott, reincarnation of him, coaching, or a guy that's coached multiple teams in the NBA like the Cavs and the Lakers. He goes number 1 to the Wizards. I'm going to pick up all these team options right here. Noah Penda, I'll give the qualifying offer to. A player I'm trying to go after, Donovan Mitchell. Could I do Aldama, Reed Shepherd, Edgecombe, and could I move some first-round picks around that we just got 3 first-rounders for Donovan Mitchell? They say no. I would love to get Anthony Edwards, but he's also like borderline impossible to trade for in this game. So what about if I did Edgecombe, Aldama, and Reed Shepherd for Jalen Brunson? The Knicks agree to that, which is going to hurt my depth a little bit. So I'm going to sign a couple veterans like Aaron Wiggins, Max Strus, and Julian Champagnie. All right, so Giannis is a 96, Amen Thompson's a 94, Brunson's a 91, connects up to an 87. All right, so it's going to be Brunson at the 1, I think Amen Thompson at the 2. A part of me wants to throw like Tari Eason at there at the 3, but I think we're going to keep Connect for now. Giannis, obviously at the 4. Who do I want to get the 9th minutes to? It could be Wiggins, could be Penda, Champagnie, Strus. I'll give it to Champagnie for now. And then I'd like to go a little bit more to Gafford, 35 to Giannis, and I'd like to go 34 to Jalen Brunson, who's now going to be our number 2, who I think will be a little bit more consistent than like Edgecombe and obviously Shepherd. All right, so at the deadline, we are 34-19. We're the 2 seed in the Western Conference, but the Spurs have been dominating yet again. Dylan Brooks looks like he was the missing piece for that team, so they are not missing him, or they're not like regretting that trade whatsoever. Brunson and Giannis have been averaging 44 points combined. Amen Thompson, 7.8 rebounds, 7.3 assists. Maybe like the 9th man spot could be upgraded, but nah, Julian Champagnie's been pretty good this year. I think we're going to roll with what we got into the playoffs. So Wemby wins MVP. Byron Scott is your Rookie of the Year. Edgecombe wins 6th Man of the Year over with the Knicks. Jordy Fernandez takes home Coach of the Year. I thought I was going to get Ime Udoka to get it at one point. Giannis, 56% from the field. Doesn't get MVP here in Houston, but he got that 2nd ring, which really matters for his legacy. I don't know. If the Bucks let all their contracts expire, they could maybe get more flexible. It's just they don't have a young core, right? They don't have a young core. They don't have any draft capital. But I'm sure Giannis would like to keep winning in Milwaukee. So we ended up as the 2 seed this year. Milwaukee did not make it to the playing tournament. Okay. They were not even in the conversations. I set them up well for the future. I didn't even get Jabari Smith Jr. in my rebuild. When I traded away Giannis. They went 31-51 this year. It looks like they traded Jalen Green for Christian Brown. They still have Jabari Smith. And they also got Aaron Gordon in that trade as well. Interesting. So yeah, we ended up as the 2 seed. I mean, like, Houston doesn't have to make a trade this offseason. Like, they are fine to be a top seed in the Western Conference. They're going to have another top 10 pick in this draft. They're not really going to lose anybody of, like, a lot of value. Like, Fred VanVleet wasn't great this year. So losing him isn't really the end of the world by any means. But I know ownership, hey, could be down Monte McNair's throat. Or Raphael Stone. I always get him well, McNair doesn't have a job anymore. Them mixed up. So we're going to go 16 to JQ, 10 to Champagnie. We can do 23 to Ty Jerome. We'll do 25 to Eason. Let's go 37 to Giannis. Let's go 37 to Amen. And then we can do one more to Connect, one more to Jalen Brunson. We are taking on the Sacramento Kings, speaking of Monte McNair, in round number 1. And let's see, we should sweep that team, honestly. Okay, and they won game 1. We ended up winning 4 after that, but a little bit embarrassing that we could not sweep that team, let alone losing game 1 at home. Brunson and Giannis combined for 46, taking on the Nuggets, who do have Jalen Green, correct? Well, they have Damian Lillard. No, they traded Damian Lillard, actually, for Brown and Gordon. It wasn't Jalen Green. Maybe Green left in free agency. That's a team we should beat. Giannis versus Jokic, which would be fun in a playoff series. I thought we were going to get that in the finals at one point, and we're going to advance. Giannis and Brunson were fantastic for us. And we're taking on the Lakers here, not the Spurs, not the Timberwolves. Luka, Reeves, Barrett, Soen, and Vanderbilt. Ooh, that floor spacing is a little bit interesting. And they have Lonzo off the bench with Sasser, Bronny, a lot of guards. Damn, this team has no bigs. We should beat them, right? Let's go. We end up winning at 6. Ahmed Thompson takes home conference finals MVP, and we're getting a rematch against the Brooklyn Nets, who are a 1 seed this year. All right, here goes nothing, man. NBA Finals, we're going to try to end this video off on a good note, but they have Cooper Flagg, and they have De'Aaron Fox, and Bilal Coulibaly. They still have Cam Thomas. They got Jovic, Time Lord, Branham, JT Toppin. We tied up 1-1. We go up 2-1. We go up 3-1. And we blow a 3-1 lead. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? 2K, you had to do that? I thought we had it locked up. And it's not like we were frauds. Oh, my God, man. So we lost by 1. We lost by 1 in game 1. Then we lose by 2 in game 5. Of course, all these games were probably close besides game 6. And then we lose by 2. 3 games were decided by 2 points or less. 2K just has to mess with me one last time. But yeah, we got that ring in the 2026 season. I hope you guys did enjoy this Rockets rebuild. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think they should do this offseason, because I think all eyes are going to be on Houston, and they're in a very good spot. I know they've been eliminated, but they're in a very good spot both right now and in the long term. And let me know what you guys think down below. Hit that subscribe button if you were not already. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.